Oh, she is adorable. Alrighty, so let's dive in. I like the idea of everyone freaking out, being like, wow, you guys are all so cool. It feels a little, like, out of place, back to back with the last episode, because RWBY zooped in and saved the day, whatever. And you think that would be the time where they'd be like, wow, that was awesome. But, oh well, whatever. It's gonna be a little jarring watching it as a movie once the full volume comes out on DVD. But, whatever. I get it. It works. So, like, I know Jean is fucking tall, but he's not that big. The way they put his model in this shot makes him look like he's a fucking Goliath, especially next to Crow and Clover, who are already tall guys. Like, it's just a little weird animation-wise. Good job, Nora, being proactive and naming your own ship in the show.
Perfect complementary teamwork. Oh, yeah. I want to have my friends' backs just like that.
Yes, hello, fellow huntsmen. I would love to have my friends' backs as well as you. It's just really weird delivery on that line, isn't it? So, like, Harriet's all, you know, we're not really friends, we're business partners, basically. And, like, I can get that, being in a work environment, it doesn't matter who they are, whether you're friends or not, you need to live. But I'm not entirely sure she's right, and I don't know why bother bringing it up. Like, I don't think we're gonna question Team RWBY's friendship or morality or anything like that. It just feels more like an Aesop-centric idea. But also, Vine and Elm are always together. Throughout this episode and last episode, Vine and Elm are always together. So I can't imagine they would spend all their time together and not be friends to at least some degree. Also, like, it's okay to not be friends, but you don't need to crush the hopes and dreams of these kids standing in front of you, Harriet. Like, you could have softened the blow a little bit.
Can I get the team leaders over here?
Team leaders, hell yeah, that doesn't involve me.
You too, Crow.
Damn it, why is stupid being the oldest, mature one of the group? Stupid,
I'm not really worried about my public image.
Aw, good boy, Ironwood, not worried about his public image because he's a good boy and you shouldn't have lied to him. It is nice, because I like this line because it implies that he doesn't really care what the people think of him. He doesn't really care about winning the election to be popular or things like that. He really honestly just cares about protecting the people and doing the right thing.
Things in Mantle have been hard to manage lately.
Okay, so, like, the answer is obvious to me. I don't know if anyone else has thought of this. Maybe we should have separate people in charge of Atlas and Mantle. Like, I know they're, like, one is above the other, but they're different. They're basically different towns at this point. Different cities. They're both huge, and clearly Ironwood is so busy trying to keep track of everything in Atlas, because that's where he lives, that's where he's stationed. Mantle falls to the wayside. Watts even mentioned so a couple episodes ago. And I think that would be the best is just like have a mayor of Atlas and have a separate mayor of Mantle. I don't think having one unit control over both is a good idea. Together it's too big and too much and too separate from each other to accurately and properly control both.
You might want to brush up on council law before you lose this upcoming election, John.
Hey, can the audience brush up on council law too? Like, how does the council work? We've heard council mentioned both. They mentioned the council at Haven with Leo, and Oz mentioned it in, like, Volume 2 or something like that. How does the council work? Who's on the council? Is it, like, firefighters? Chief of police? Other government officials, rich people? Jacques on the council, apparently, I guess. I don't know. How do you get on the council? How many council members are there? How does the vote system work? They just throw the word council around, and, like, it means nothing to me, and I don't get how it's supposed to work in-world. Some clarification would really be nice by this point.
Did Winter know about this?
It was my decision to come here. Just like it was my decision to leave. Or have you forgotten all about that? I know exactly the kind of man you are.
I have half a mind to...
Half a mind to what, Jacques?
You are my dad. You're my dad. Woogie, woogie, woogie.
Didn't leave her room for days.
Oh, just like how she didn't leave her room for days when Weiss was there. Using this whole "your mother was gone" thing really would only work if we actually saw her ever at all during all of Weiss's time while she was at the Schnee Manor. But whatever. Let's just keep pretending like this is a character we should care about. I'm not going to care unless she actually appears on screen at any point in time.
Not friends. Family.
Oh, they're getting their huntsman licenses. So I guess that means they won't have any reason to enroll in school anymore, huh? Oh. I mean, they've been calling themselves Huntresses and Hunters for like a while now. RWBY even says in Volume 6's finale, I'm a Huntress. Like, you know, and Weiss is right. It does feel a little trivial at this point. Like, it was something so far from what they've been dealing with that it was easy to forget that was a thing that they cared about. But I also really appreciate that it is official. They are official licensed Huntresses and Hunters now. They're growing. They have grown. They're not dumb kids anymore. They've earned it. And it's honestly, it's really nice seeing them achieve these titles. While it might not mean much in the grand scheme of things, this was something I really wanted to see. Back in volumes 1 through 3, I wanted them to become Huntresses. And the fact that they do actually have it now, it's really cathartic. It's nice. People seem to forget that RWBY will end eventually. We're 7 years in, and rumor has it there's only going to be 12 volumes. If there is only 12 volumes, that means we're more than halfway through the show, and we do need to start wrapping things up, and things like this feels nice. It feels like we earned it after all this time. We don't need to think about it anymore, we don't need to worry about it. It's a good conclusion to not just a volume-long arc, but these characters and everything they've gone through this entire time. This, no matter how small it might be, is a really, really nice moment for someone who's been watching them try to reach this from the very beginning. And on top of all that, it's nice seeing them just be happy, just celebrate. After all of the shit, the heartache, the torment, everything they've had to suffer through for so long, having them just be happy, as minor as it is just nice to see. And I know it's probably going to be a fleeting moment, and they'll have nice, happy moments again, but just being able to celebrate for once, being able to just stop, sit down, and just be happy together, just celebrate all of the kids together, minus Oscar. It's just really, this is just a nice, heartwarming scene for me. It feels like the end of something that started 7 years ago, and this is the way I wanted it to end, just being together. I do like what Crow says here. It makes sense, and it kind of puts into perspective, because I clearly had problems with RWBY lying to Ironwood, and I like that RWBY herself voiced her concerns about being the same as Oz by lying to him, and Crow's manner of thinking about it makes sense, you know. I don't know if the problem was necessarily Oz kept everything to himself. Similar to Ironwood, Oz was just in super mega dad mode. I don't want everyone else to worry. I'll just keep it all bottled up inside. But that's not a good way to handle things. While I might not still agree with withholding information from Ironwood, I think by this point he's proven he can hear it by now. He seems well-meaning enough. He seems nice enough. He cares enough. I might not agree with the withholding information part. I do like that they at least took the effort to warrant why they did with dialogue in the show. It makes sense. It's not just you're supposed to accept it. We're explaining why we've done it this way, and it does make it a bit better. I do appreciate it a lot. This whole scene with Crow and RWBY actually is really nice, and I appreciate their dialogue, and I like how Summer is brought up so casually. Like, last time we had something like this, it was Yang talking to Ty about Raven, and there was all this big pomp and circumstance around it. But I appreciate in juxtaposition, this one is just, it's very casual. RWBY's not like being baity about getting more information about her mother, and Crow's not like being all weird about it like how Ty was. It's just a nice scene, talking about Summer. And it's also nice just hearing a little bit more about Summer. I would never have guessed she'd be the bratty one.
But I don't feel like I know much more than I did at Beacon.
That feeling never goes away.
That's another thing that's really true. That feeling, it doesn't. Like, I've graduated from high school, I've graduated from university a couple years ago, and I really don't feel like I'm any better for it. I feel I'm the same person. At least I feel like I am. And it's a nice little sentiment. This episode is full of nice little sentiments here and there. Isn't it cool?
Thanks. Juan, Jim?
What are you, every single person trying to spell Jean's name on the internet?
Why didn't I get a choice for that one?
oh, don't mind me, just drinking alone in my study, playing chess by myself, like rich people do.
Why did you let them in?
I didn't. He let himself in.
The fuck is with that line? That is not how Winkley should have said it. It should have been, I didn't. He let himself in, not he let himself in. Why did you emphasize the word in? Why did the director not fix that? Like, sometimes voice actors record in their own studios, but once the directors heard that was his performance, they should have been like, no, you need to redo it. Fucking whatever. It's a minor thing, but those minor things add up in the long run. Oh shit, look who's finally doing stuff. So, okay, apparently the idea of what Watts is up to is they're gonna help stop Ironwood from winning the election. That's what Tyrion's doing. He's killing people who, like Ironwood said, they're framing him. And then Watts is gonna help Jacques with other stuff. But I don't know why. I wonder what's the reason for not having Ironwood in control anymore. Like, do they care if anyone else wins? Like, would they be helping Robin if they knew who she was? Or is it Jacques specifically they want to win the election? It's nice knowing that's the idea, but once again, what is the end goal of that idea? So this episode as a whole, I struggled to find things to say, because like, not a whole lot actually happened. It was in short, it was a charming, little heartwarming episode. For me, being someone who's been watching RWBY since the very beginning, I subscribed to Rooster Teeth on YouTube the same day the Ruby Red trailer came out, all those years ago. I think it was like 2012 when it came out. And now here I am, it's almost 2020, and just having them become huntresses, and it's been really heartwarming. It feels like a very good ending to a very long journey that I've been with these girls. But other than that, nothing really happened. Yeah, it was just some nice character dialogue. That was about it. It was funny, little bits here and there. There were funny bits. It's just not a whole lot happened. It wasn't a bad episode or anything. It was just, you know, a little wrapping things up kind of episode. 4 episodes in, and this has been a really, really slow volume so far. We're on episode 4. I don't know how many episodes there's gonna be this volume. I can only assume 12, because that is the average. But if we're on episode 4, we're pretty close to the halfway mark of this volume, and nothing's happened. It's just been a real slow burn. I feel like it's gonna be slow, and then everything all at once. And it's gonna be really awesome. That's my hope, at least, towards the end. Or, you know, even better, things really pick up after this episode. That'd be cool too. But yeah, as usual, I have no idea what's gonna happen in the next episode. They really leave me nothing. Since nothing is really concrete, story-wise, it's hard to predict what will continue with the story. It was nice just having the characters sit down and talk to each other. I honestly wish we could have extended their celebration scene out to the majority of the episode. Because we haven't gotten a whole lot of character talking. It was nice, yeah, Ruby talking to Crow was really nice, but I want Blake and Yang to talk to each other. Maybe figure out their relationship, if there even is one. Ren and Nora talk to each other. And then, like, on my bingo board, crazy person conversation, I want Weiss to talk to Jean about shit, or Yang to talk to Nora about stuff. I don't know. I really wish that scene could have been longer, because I wanted more of the kids just being together and being happy. But for what it's worth, it was a fine little episode. Nothing special. It was good. I liked it because it was heartwarming for me, but I don't think many other people's gonna care a lot. Especially if, like, you only just binged the whole series, like, really recently, during this airing of Volume 7. I don't know if it'll have as much impact on you as it did for me, but that's the best I can do. Just a slow little episode. And I guess that's all I have to say about that. If you like my channel and want to help support me, you can support me on Patreon. $1, $7, any amount that you can is greatly, greatly appreciated and really, really helps in the long run. If you want to, don't forget bingo board is still happening. I'm close to marking off something, the see different places in Atlas one. I just want, like, 1 or 2 more locations, and I'll be satisfied enough to cross it off my list. Yeah, if you have your bingo board, show them to me, put them on Twitter, I want to see them, and I hope you get a bingo. I hope I get a bingo. I'm not close at all, but, you know, anything can happen. And I want to hear your thoughts and comments. What did you think of this episode? Did you find this episode boring? Did you find it funny? I want to know. What did you think? And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.